Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. Today we're going to start on this painted Christmas journal that I'm doing in an Arteza scrapbook. I got mine from Arteza. They sent them to me, but Amazon has them as well, and you can get either a black cover or the craft colored cover. And then it has a lot more pages than what I have in here. I've torn out a bunch. I think I left 15, I believe. And I may take out more. It just depends on, you know, thickness and all that kind of stuff. So what I have done, I had to do a page myself because I just wanted to see how this was going to work. And I'm not going to do them all exactly like this. It's just an idea. But I've put down a piece of the kit paper, but I only glued down this side entirely with the Santa on it. And then this side, I just glued down two sides, since this is already all glued down, and am using it as a pocket. I've thumb notched it. I did back the top portion of the paper because this is just my, I think it's 24-pound copy paper that I use. It's Southworth is the paper I'm using, and it's white. And then I made a journaling card to go inside of that pocket, and this is just more of the background paper. One of the images from the Painted Christmas kit. This is from Hobby Lobby. I got a little set of paper from them. You get a set of pages, and then there's like little pieces of ephemera. There's some letters, and yeah, so I'll probably be using some of that with this. It just goes well with it. And then two of my snowflakes. Oh, and doily. Okay, so that is what I did. I just had to, you know, kind of get myself figuring out what I'm going to do here. So then on this page, I think I might make this a writing page. So I'll probably just put maybe a piece of this so that you can write. And this is from Taylormadejournals, and I believe she calls these vintage lace, and I have the set 2. So she's got multiples though. It's all doilies that she's scanned or something and turned them into paper, and they make great pages for winter journals and things like that, because I may use like one of these as a pocket on this page. So that's kind of what I'm thinking with that. So it's just wintry and nice. All right, so I have been doing these pages for this particular journal. These are 8.5 by 11. I'm assuming. I didn't even check that. I just figured out what size I needed to go on there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. They're a little less than 8. They're like 8 1/4, it looks like. So they're not quite 8.5 by 11, but basically that size. Well, yeah, duh, you can see this one's bigger, and this is 8.5 by 11. So I am tearing my pages down to 8 by 10.5 and putting them on, and it does leave a little bit of a frame around it, and I like that because I do want to see a little bit of that black paper. So that's what I'm going to do to this one. I'm not going to, I said tearing them down, but I've been cutting them down because I want straight edges, which I know is not my norm, but you know, switching it up a little bit. I just think it looks better on this particular journal. It is super tricky to get them glued down, just so you know. What'd I say, 10.5? Do I want to cut it all? Yeah, that's fine. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to cut it all from one side. I think that's fine. And was it just 8? Yeah. My brain. Okay. So simple. And this one I'm going to just glue down entirely because, like I said, I kind of want to put one of those pockets on there. So how are you guys? I hope that you're doing well. It's always interesting when you very first start a journal because you feel a little discombobulated and out of sorts, or at least I do. It takes me a while to kind of get in my groove and figure out how I want to do things. So that'll just go on there like that. You can write on it. We can add one little pocket, and there's still going to be lots of writing space because these are big pages for a journal. And I might kind of just do half at a time. Might be easier. I don't know. It's just very tricky, I have to say. So I need to say hugs and blessings. Hugs and blessings to Jessica, Annie, Deb, Joellen, June, and Pama. Thank you guys so much for your kind comments. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel and commenting and all of that. I so appreciate it. Welcome to new subscribers. I've got a few of you, and welcome back to those of you who have watched me for a long time or a short time. I appreciate you all. Yeah, I think I'm going to just do half of this and then maybe do the other half. I don't know if that'll work either. It's just really hard to get them straight because it took me a couple tries. And the best way I figured out to do it is to kind of hold it this way, which I know you guys may not be able to see the whole thing. But, and these pages are good because there's not really an up or down, which is kind of important when you're trying to, I mean, the other page did have an up and a down, but it's just a little bit tricky to get them straight. They want to go all crazy cuckoo. Crazy cuckoo. And of course I can't find my thing. But yeah, I think it'll be good. And you're probably not going to be able to get it 100% perfect, but as close as you can get is the key, right? Because I don't know many people that can do it all perfect. I may just kind of put it in the middle and then go around the edge with some liquid glue, because I don't want to like fold that page in half. I don't really know a better way to do this because it's just very tricky as far as, I mean, you can put glue on the whole thing. That's one way maybe to make it easier. It just is really hard. And if it gets started glued down, you can't lift it very easily. So I'm thinking this may be the easiest way. But I could be completely wrong too, so it wouldn't be the first time. It just really wants to go all crazy ways. I do recommend having some type of spreader for sure, because it does want to bubble and bump and do all the lovely things. All the lovely things. These are glue removers, but you got to get the glue when it's still pretty fresh, new, wet. It comes off. It won't come off once it's completely dry. Okay. That actually went smoother than I thought it might. Sorry if I rattled you a little bit there when I was erasing that. So I'm going to use one of these on here, like I said, and I need to decide which. I originally wanted this as the pocket, but now I'm wondering if I want something taller, like one of these. If that would look better. I kind of like that picture though. I think I'm just going to go with that one. You could always add other things in it too. It's not like it can only have one ever thing in it. This was, I think, Art Journaling Magazine, or I saw it in Somerset Studio, or Pinterest. I don't remember. They all kind of muddle into each other because I do usually 2 or 3 a week, and I can never remember which particular place I found them. I think this might have been Pinterest. I don't know. But anyways, it was fun, whatever it was. So now we're going to try to center it. Can you guys, yeah. I never remember what all you can see and what you can't see. So just, you know, center it as best you can. And then I have another idea for the other page that I hope I can make happen. I have a paper towel somewhere. Okay. That does not want to stick right there for some reason. It's being difficult. So we're going to add more glue along the edge there. Sometimes when you stitch, it's a benefit. Sometimes it's a hindrance. I don't know. I don't know how or why it decides. Sometimes I kind of feel like it makes it grab better, and then other times it just won't. So, I don't know. But eventually you'll get it if you just keep putting glue on it. Eventually it's got to grab hold. So that's going to go in there, and I'm not going to like shove it all the way in there. Then on this page, I have a page that's folded in half and another page that's folded in half. And these are both cut again at that 8 by 10.5. I cut both pages at 8 by 10.5. What I'm going to do is glue 1/2 of this one down and 1/2 of this one down and glue these two pages together. Then when it's closed, and I'm not sure yet, I haven't totally decided how I'm going to close it, but you get to see the whole scene, and then when you open it, we're going to put a pad of paper right here so that you can write on it. So the first thing I think I'll do is glue these two together. So I'm going to move this out of the way because it doesn't need to be in the way. And that'll make it easier to glue these together. So basically, the biggest thing is these two sides need to get glued together. See, I already almost messed it up. So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put glue on this side. I might just move this over here. That way, if any part is uneven or something, I can just cut it before I stick it onto the book there. I'm not sure how I want to close that. I should probably figure that out, huh? Might be important. Wish I had one of those little things like are on the back of frames. I might have one. I might have to go search and do that at a different time. And then I'm just going to glue this one onto this one. And like I said, if it hangs over anywhere, it's just going to get cut off. Because a lot of times my cutter does not cut very evenly. Well, I think it's user error, honestly, but whatever it is, it doesn't cut very evenly. And then I'm going to trim that because, of course, I goobered it up there. So I'm going to have to cut the whole way because I didn't get it even. I think part of it is those swing blade trimmers. They don't always, like when they come down, it's almost like the blade moves a little bit. I did glue this crooked, so I mean, this is my fault, but those also, I feel like don't totally cut straight. Why am I having such a struggle with this? So that doesn't help when you go to try to make it straight in the end, right? Just really want that sliver off. And it is a sliver. But this side, I messed up a little bit more. Quite a bit more. So we're just trying to square it up, basically, is what it comes down to. This is why I tear things. Because I am not great at making it all perfect. Perfectly perfect isn't really my wheelhouse. See, I still messed it up. Because I scooched it at some point. I need. Yeah. So anyway, that is why I generally tear, because you can get away a little bit more with not having perfect edges. Okay, I'm just making it worse. Apparently my blade is not sharp enough for the wet glue. Always better if you have time to just let your stuff dry. That makes it turn out better. Okay, so that side will get glued over there. This side, you know what, it still is just not right. I'm just going to take a tiny bit more off of there. I mean, it's kind of straight, but not really. I need a different blade. Sorry, you guys, I am not good at this part. That one's much better. Okay. All right, so that'll give us maybe a little extra room to put in if we want to an eyelet or something. I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay, now the tricky part is getting this glued right on here, because we're gonna glue this piece down and this piece down. This piece will stay in the middle. So that's gonna be interesting, to say the least. But if it works, it might look kind of cool. And if it doesn't, well, it's paper, so it would be sad though. Then I'll definitely be taking out another page. But you gotta try some new stuff sometimes, because it gets real dull if you just do the exact same kind of journal every time, I feel like. I mean, some people can do that, and that's great. I just can't do it. I have to do all kinds of different projects, because that's just the way that I am. So I'm basically just going to glue it on a bit away from the spiral rings. I need to scoot it up just a little bit more. Try to sort of get it straight. Hoping. It's hard too, because these pages move and that's not straight. I'm telling you, it is a little bit crazy trying to do this. Or a lot crazy, maybe. You think, oh, it'll be so easy. We'll just cover those pages and it'll be no problem. That's what you think when you get these notions in your head, but it's never that easy. And the pages move on here, which makes it also more difficult. Okay, I think I might have sort of got it that time. Glue. These are definitely kind of a must-have in my craft room anyway, because I am always making a glue mess of some kind. Yay, that I think worked. And now I need to glue that side down. And you can see these pages move in here, so you got to kind of fiddle with them. That will close like that. Okay, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna glue this down, but I'm not gonna worry about the closure at the moment. I will figure that out later. Because I know I probably have something around here somewhere. And what it'll probably be, I'm thinking maybe an eyelet in each of the pages. And then a little tie or something. I don't know. I'm just going to have to see what I have. Didn't totally think that part through, did I? No. Okay. I ordered some white Tim Holtz Distress Oxide, his picket fence one. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is try to get this where it folds tucked in nice before I do this, because I don't want there to be a weird gap there if I can help it. Yeah, so I ordered that and I haven't gotten it yet. So that's kind of what I wanted to use on this, maybe a little bit around the edges. Because of the black. So what I'm thinking is like an eyelet, you know, centered somewhere here, and then just do a little tie, just so it's not flapping like this all the time, because that could get really annoying. And then I want to put a little bit of paper here, not like tons, but just a little bit. And I want this piece on top. So let's make her a little paper pad first, and I am going to tear that. So half of that is like 5 1/4, right? So how about if we do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 1/2 maybe? I think that'll probably be good. I wanted to tell you guys, Nancy Piter is doing, Nancy Piter is doing some fun journals, and one of them she's doing with this painted Christmas kit that I'm using, and Carol Laws is also using the painted Christmas, and Mitzie at 307 Junk Journals is also using it. So it wasn't like a plan to do a collaboration, but we kind of are doing a collaboration, and if anybody would like to join us making something with it, I of course would love to see. So I don't have a hashtag or anything, but you can, if you post on Instagram, you can tag me, or I think you can also, like, what do they call that? Collaborate on YouTube, and then it shows me what you've made, kind of thing, or your video when you edit it. So yeah, and then I think I want to go like 8, so let's do maybe 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think that will work. And I want that one to be the top. I just like the red. And I have some paper that Betty Ann sent me, or is this Megan? I can't remember. I put all my dyed paper together, so that is hard. This one might be Megan. This is Clove. That's what this is. So yeah, that's my sister. Thank you. She makes me cool stuff. So does Betty Ann. She makes great dyed papers. And shares. How nice is that? And they don't have to be perfect, so. In fact, I think I made, yeah, I did make that one skinnier. Doesn't matter, though. Doesn't matter. You don't even have to tear the top necessarily, because we're going to put some staples in it and then maybe a piece of ribbon across there, but I always do, because that's just the way I am. I do kind of want them to be similar length, just because that makes it easier when you're flipping through them. But you can make them all different lengths. They look cool like that too. So we've got that, and then I want another piece of this. I think I'm just going to tear it. Just some fun papers, just a stack of fun paper to put in there. This, I think I like this because, well, it reminds me of snowflakes. I think Carol Laws and I both end up using this a lot at winter because it's just a great wintry looking paper. That one there, that one there. And then one more. I thought I had a green piece over here. Well, what did I do? Yeah, these are from Betty Ann. They're kind of green, a little bit green. I can't remember if this was onion or cabbage. I think it might be cabbage because I can kind of see it either goes kind of bluey green. It's kind of crazy when you do cabbage. Sometimes it looks really blue. Sometimes it's more green. Sometimes it gets brown. Don't know. I've never done cabbage, but Betty Ann has sent me some, obviously, and then Megan has done some too. I think the more blue is the red cabbage that gets more blue, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, I want these to be sort of centered a little bit so they aren't like way off to one side or the other. So you can choose how many pieces of paper you want. You don't obviously want tons because then it's just going to get too thick to close, right? I'm just going to do this. You could run a stitch across these is another thing you could do. And I'm not worrying about what it looks like because I think I'm going to put a piece of ribbon over that. Go there, and then I kind of want to put something else on the front of this. Maybe Santa Claus. And I've got some different ones. Which one do I want? Oh, I kind of like him because he's got more black on. I think I might do that. Do you want like a snowflake maybe? I could put a snowflake on everything. I just love snowflakes. I think it's because they're all different. I mean, mine aren't, but in reality they are. But they just look festive and Christmassy. Let's see. Well, at least around here. I know that isn't the same everywhere, but maybe one of these. Oh, Old Saint Nick would be kind of cool, huh? And these are those words I've been using for a while. I'll try to remember to put them in the thing again. Okay, where did I see it? Y'all, I'm all of a sudden blind. I know you're yelling at me and I can't see it still. Seriously. Oh my gosh, it's right there. I think I was thinking it was green, and so I was looking for green. I'm a total dingling. I apologize. That was bad. In my brain, I went, okay, just look for the green one. Definitely not green. Definitely not. I swear I get tunnel vision when I do videos. I don't know what that's about. It still is nerve-wracking, even though I've been doing this for so long. I mean, I'm going into my 8th year. It's like, how have I done this for that long? A few of you are either have been watching all my old videos or are going to start watching all my old videos, and I really appreciate that. That is super sweet of you. There's a lot of them, and some of the early ones I know the lighting is not great in. But I was a newbie and had only what I had, and I was in a different room too than I am now. Lighting just wasn't great on those old videos, but I appreciate you guys. Catherine is one that has been watching them all and commenting, and I do so appreciate that. That is very helpful. There's a lot of them. I can't remember, 3,000 of them or something like that, close to that. It's a lot. It's a lot of videos. So it'll definitely keep you occupied. She started when I went on the cruise, and she's still working on them. So, and boy, were my kids younger then. They're still living at home. Everything. It's changed a lot around here since I started doing this. But I've been paper crafting for probably 25 years. Which is crazy. I kind of want that down just a little because, like I said, I want to kind of put a little piece of ribbon up there maybe. Or maybe fabric. Santa. Yeah, that paper pack from Hobby Lobby with the, I think it's 8 pieces of paper, the die cut pieces, some stickers, some letter stickers like ABCs, whatever you want to say. They're pretty inexpensive. I was shocked. I like Hobby Lobby. I know it's not everybody's thing, and it doesn't have to be. You do you, boo. But that's like one of the, I mean, we have Michael's. We don't have Joann's anymore. They went out of business. So we just don't have a lot of craft store options here. You're lucky to find anything. All right. What do I want to put on there? I had ribbon, but then I had a thought. I like this stuff. It's so wide though, but I don't know if this will work. Yeah, that's what I had. Should have just done that. I didn't know if the red was going to be weird. It's not perfect, but it's not like too clashy. Some reds do not work together. But I think these will be fine. Okay, I'm going to use my glue stick for this because I don't want the liquid glue to come through in weird spots. And this ribbon, I don't even know. I've had this for years. One year I got it to wrap packages with because I like to use craft paper for my wrapping and then add something colorful. And then when everybody took them off the packages, they gave them back to me. And so I've just been using pieces of those for years. Okay, I'm going to put that on there. I'm only going to glue at the top so that it'll just, you know, it's a pad of paper. And I'll figure out how I want to close it because I don't know yet. I just don't know. I'm only going to put it on the green. I'm going to put quite a bit because I want to make sure that those staples don't make it pop up or something. Maybe. Okay, I think that's fairly central. It's probably not 100% straight. I like that. Maybe it can be your Christmas list in there. Because it's kind of secret and hidden. Tamara, or I hope I say that right. Tamara, you are next on my list. So this one is going to you if you want it. And then after Tamara is Marcia. Okay, so that will be inside of there. And like I said, I will probably end up doing eyelets. But I'm going to see what I have first. So we got a couple pages done. So that's not too shabby. And I may add things yet. You know, when I just start, it's really, like I said, it's hard to get in the groove for what you're going to do. But we have a sparkly snowy page with those pieces. And then lots of writing room. That's a lot of writing room. And then over on this page, we have our beautiful scene here. And then when you open it, you got a little notepad. And you can write there too. And back behind here if you want to. So yeah, I think that's pretty nice. And then this page has the tag there. I have no idea what I'm going to do to the cover yet. I have to think on that. But I'm sure something will come to me. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go with that. And I will see you again soon. Love ya.